All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again. Welcome back, everyone. The trading room, the 3 p.m. trading room, we are back at it again. And things are moving. I hope you guys have been keeping a close eye on what we spoke about in the last 2 sessions. Things are moving, the markets are moving. Quickly, just to acknowledge everyone who's here. As always, Jules, Tanya, Particles, Petunia, Shirley, as always. I know the rest of the guys are also watching. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Hey, look, things are moving. The markets are moving, right? Opportunity upon opportunity. So let's get right into it, guys. Not gonna waste time. Let's get right into it. Look at what gold has done. Look at where look at where silver is. Look at, okay, so USD, Euro USD seems like we could be pushing down from where we are. So we'll have a look at it. But look at what silver is doing. Look at what gold is doing. I don't know if you caught the trade on gold. I'm not sure how you guys are looking on your end. I've not caught any trade on gold myself, but you guys, did you take advantage of this break to the downside? If you did, congratulations. Silver, of course, that one is gone. It's done. So Euro USD, guys. In fact, let me see where the DXY is. Let's see where the DXY is. I just want to open up the DXY chart. Just a second. Yeah, look at what gold is doing. There we go. Look at that. Did you guys catch it? I don't know. Is there anyone on the chat who caught it? Let's see. Seems like no one caught it. Yeah, seems like no one caught it. All right. Yeah, well, it's falling. Okay. Okay, there's at least there's people who caught it. No, there's no. I'm happy. Tanya missed it. Shirley caught it. Verticals missed it. We're hoping for correction. Okay, we're gonna discuss it to see if there's gonna be a correction. Silver. Okay, so Jules, you're on silver. In terms of the correction, it doesn't look like we're gonna have a correction because the move is about to complete. All right. So in fact, let me put it this way: you see where the market is now. I wouldn't expect a correction to form. Yeah, I wouldn't expect a correction to form. It's already gone. It is, it's coming back down to these lows. So I wouldn't expect a correction to form. I would expect price just to go back down to this low and complete this cycle. You see how it is. But if you missed it, don't worry. There's always another opportunity. No stress. Definitely don't worry about it. There's another opportunity on the way. So we'll come back to gold. Look at where silver is. Pinpoint analysis. It's done. So you see where silver is right now. The setup is done. It's back to this low. So the setup is complete. So what does this mean? It means one of two things. It means that this will continue to go down. It means this will continue to go down, or it's going to reverse and go up. You see where it is? We have these two possibilities. So the cycle is done. This move is done. So from here on, we can create a continuation of, continue this, give us a new cycle, or give us a double bottom and go up. So we'll have to see, excuse me, we'll have to see what's going to happen. Gold will also do the same. Once it gets down here, it will give us two possibilities. Either it's going to go down, or it's going to give us a double bottom and go up once it gets down to this area. So this is where now it's important that you understand your setups. All right. Yeah. So anybody who who's on silver right now, just be aware of where it is. Be aware of where it is and the possible outcomes from where it is. Just be aware of that. Gold, let's go back to the bigger structure. So it seems like gold could go all the way down to this low. This is the next structure, right? It could go down to 3,900. Yeah. 3,900 seems to be the next target on gold. Seems to be the next target on gold. So if it breaks and continues down, we're looking at 3,900. 39. So at the moment it's below 4,000. It's going back to 2025 October lows, below 4,000. And yeah, so this is where it is now. All right. Let's have a look at the DXY quickly. We'll come back. All right, let's go to the DXY. We will come back. There we go. Now look at what the DXY is doing. It's still there. It's still on the same, but there's a bit of a push towards the upside, right? As long as we have this low, like I said, as long as we have this low, we can go up anytime. This can go up anytime. All right. So DXY hasn't changed. Let's go back to gold. So gold should be dropping like it's doing now. All right, silver, it's there. Yeah, we've also been keeping an eye on Euro USD. So Euro USD, according to the big formation here, right? According to the big formation here, we were anticipating price will break the previous high, and then after breaking the previous high, it will start to go down, right? This is, this was the outlook from the morning sessions, right? It's going down now. It's going down now. So we'll see if the move that we have been looking for has started as yet. We'll see what's going to happen, but we would have loved for this to make a new high first before it goes down. That's what we would have preferred. All right. So if it goes down from here, right? If it continues to go down from here, then we're going to look for opportunities for some downside. We're going to look for opportunity for some downside. So the move we're looking for is a continuation, bearish continuation. So this is how we're looking on the Euro USD. This is how we're looking on the Euro USD. All right. You can't find the DXY. It's on the MT4, not the MT5, right? It's on the MT4, not the MT5. So the one I've been showing you guys is the MT4. This is the MT4 platform. Yeah, so I've been switching between MT4 and MT5. So our DXY is only on the MT4, not the MT5, all right? All right, great stuff, great stuff, great stuff. So you see how these movements develop, guys. How these movements develop. Patience is needed, right? Patience is needed here. You do your analysis, you wait, markets will move, right? But let's do a recap. Let's do a recap. Nothing has changed. Our yen pairs, we are selling the yen. Remember, we are selling the yen. Let me look at USD JPY. Almost forgot about it. We spoke about it yesterday. It has pushed up. Oh, not yet. Whew. All right. So I might just be tempted to look at USD JPY, guys. Right. I might just be tempted since I'm looking at AUD JPY, Euro JPY, CAD JPY, NZD JPY. I might just be tempted to also include dollar yen. All right, so everything is still bullish on dollar yen. The structure is still bullish, everything's still bullish. All right, we just need a break above the current resistance. We just need a break above the current resistance. It looks like CAD JPY is pushing up. Yeah, absolutely. Is it pushing up? Let's see. Yeah, well, it is pushing up. There's still no trade on my end, and unfortunately there's still no trade on my end. I was anticipating this will do this and then go up. So my trade would have been once this is done, but it is pushing up. So the direction is bullish. Look for your setups, right? It is pushing up. Look for your setup. What I'm looking for is a correction. That's all I'm waiting for. I want price to correct first, and then I will look for a trade upon the correction. So I want to catch it before the momentum resumes. That's what I'm looking for. I want to catch it before the momentum resumes. All right. So where it is right now, I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to wait for a discount. Wait for a discount. A discount. All right. NZD JPY also, we have not had a discount as yet, so we're just waiting. But yeah, they are moving. They are moving for sure. So I might just include AUD or USD JPY. I might just include USD JPY. So as long as it doesn't break out of this week, as long as it doesn't break below this zone, you see that it's good that we're getting this. It's good that we're getting this. It's very good. It's very good. So a breakout back to these highs, that should be a decent trade. Yeah, so I might just look at USD JPY, guys, right? So it seems like it might be one for today. It might be another one for today. All we need is just a breakout and just about back to that high there. As long as it doesn't break below this zone I've drawn here, we are good to go. We are good to go. We are good to go. This is how it's looking. We are good to go. If it changes, which it doesn't seem like, it doesn't look like it's going to change. If it changes and do this, we'll come back and discuss it. We'll come back and see if there is any any changes there. So USD JPY. We also spoke about NASDAQ. I completely forgot NASDAQ, but this was yesterday, of course. So let's see what has happened. Okay, so nothing has happened as yet. So the way it looks right now, guys, right? Like, you guys know my thoughts on NASDAQ. I'm still bullish on NASDAQ. You guys know my thoughts. Where it is, obviously I haven't gotten a trade as yet. Where it is, I'm looking for a couple of things. But before we get there, I can see non-clear, you caught gold. Beautiful. Let's see. You caught gold on just manage your risk. All right. Manage your risk there. There's a bit of rejection that's happening. manage your trade rather. So we're 3985. 3985 is here. Yeah, there's a problem. Non-share, there's a problem. Let's talk about this problem quickly. I think this will be educational for also the rest of the guys here. So Nonthe, if you don't mind, I would like to use your entry as a case study. If you give me a permission, I would like to use your entry as a case study. All right. And remember, guys, what I'm doing here is I'm not giving any advice. I'm not giving any advice. All right. So let me use your entry as a case study. Now, there is an issue. Oh, wait. My apologies. You caught gold 238. Oh, I thought, you know, I read it wrong. I thought you say you caught gold on 3985. I read it wrong. My apologies. So 40, beautiful. This is just beautiful. There we go. Absolutely. There we go. So this push down to 3985. There we go. No, beautiful. That's it. 100%. So what I was gonna say is this, right? So looking at where 3985 is right here, right? My point was gonna be that you see how aggressively gold looked when it broke. It looked very sharp and aggressive towards the downside, and you know, sometimes when the market moves with such aggression, and this is especially for the beginner traders, when the market moves with such aggression and it looks to be moving very quickly, you tend to not forget, but that move would excite someone so much so that they forget the bigger picture, right? So as a result, you might then enter here. You might execute the trade here. And then when you look back, you are actually selling on the low. So that is not a, how can I phrase this? I have to be careful in how I'm phrasing what I want to say, you know. An entry down here is not really let me use the word encouraged, for lack of a better word, encouraged, because you are selling where profit taking is happening. You are selling where the formation completes. So that is what I was gonna say, right? But I'm glad you caught it from 4022 all the way down to this low. That's very good. So now the setup is complete, or it's about to complete. Hey, good afternoon, King. Welcome back. Hey, it's been a good week so far. All right. Okay. So silver, but still on gold quickly, right? That 3,900. There's a possibility we're gonna go down to 3,900, right? But where gold is right now, it's at very dangerous territories. It is on the lows, very dangerous territories. So there's a possibility there. While silver is done. All right. So brilliant, 100%. Back to Nasdaq, guys, right? You guys know my thoughts on Nasdaq. I am bullish. You guys know my thoughts on Nasdaq, and I'm keeping an eye on a couple of things, right? Because it is just trading in between. I'm keeping an eye on a couple of things. Let me use the daily. There we go. Here's our structure. Okay. Keep it very simple. Very simple. You see what Nasdaq is doing right now? It is trading in a bigger corrective pattern. After this prolonged move, it has gone into some sort of a consolidation, which is a corrective pattern. And I've showed you guys the pattern before. It's this one. This is the pattern here. You see how it is? So the dominant move is towards the upside. As per the current structure, the dominant move is towards the upside. So there's a few there are two possible outcomes on how or when price will start moving towards the upside. The first one is that price could come back down to this low before it goes up. That is the first possibility. Price could come back down to this low before it goes up. The second one is that we could break out of this because there's a huge resistance here. There's a huge resistance here. So we could break out of this and push up. So if it comes back down, I would look at this low. I would look at this low, right? If it comes back down, it's all about price, obviously confirming these things. If it comes back down one more time, then I would basically look at this low. You see what happened before. This was the low, all right? Price came back down, broke the low, and then what happened? It pushed up. Didn't go all the way up to that high, and then it seems like it wants to come back down again. So we could get the repetition of this behavior down here. All right, so if it does that, then that's when I would look for buys. But if it will not do that, then we need it to break this huge resistance here. There's a huge, in fact, where price reversed, actually there's a huge resistance there. So if it doesn't go down to this low, then from where it is, push up, break, then I would start to look for this. So this one hasn't really moved much. It could be one for next week though. Could be one for next week. So let's see what's going to happen. So where it is now, it's in, you know, I like to call this no man's land. Where it is right now, it's in no man's land. No man's land, right? Why do I say so? Because it can either go down or it can either go up. So it's in no man's land. Probabilities are 50-50. It can either go down first or go up first. But once it gets down to this low, probabilities are higher that it will start pushing up. If it breaks that, then probabilities are higher that it will start pushing up. You know, so it's in no man's land at the moment. We'll just have to wait and see what's going to happen. But the lower time frames, of course, are moving. You know, there are trends on the minute time frames. There are trends on the minute time frames. All right, so I don't think Nasdaq is gonna be one for this week. USD JPY one for this week. It's only a Thursday today, so maybe tomorrow it could start flying. We spoke about Euro odd earlier on. Yeah, it is going down. Euro odd is going down. Beautiful one, spot on. Spot on. So Euro odd is coming back down to complete down here. It's coming back down here. I wish I had my eyes on this one, you know. Yeah, I wish I had my eyes on this one. Would have been on the 4-hour time frame. It would have been a nice one. Okay, US oil, my goodness. Look at what US oil is doing. You see what it's doing. So it has pushed up. I'm on the 1-hour time frame now. Let me look at the 4-hour. Okay, the 4-hour closed as well. Obviously, the daily hasn't closed, obviously, but it's okay. So the 4-hour, this is where we are. This is where we are. So we've broken above this. I can see another structure right here. So US oil has broken out. It has broken out, right? So yeah, seems like it's trying to retest right now before we go up. Let me look at Brent. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so US oil, it has broken out, looking for a retest and a continuation up, right? I'm seeing this zone here. I'm seeing this zone now. So with the retest, it might come back to retest this zone before it goes up. It might come back to retest this zone. After this engulfing pattern here, come back to retest this zone before it goes up. So we just need a retest just around this area. All right. Yeah, this is how US oil is looking. AUD USD nothing. NZD USD nothing. NZD USD nothing. Yeah, this Euro USD, you know, it makes sense for this to give us a new high before it goes down, right? Before it gives us the move down, it makes sense for this to give us one last high. So this would be, I think this is going to be one for next week. I don't think it's going to be ready for this week. Yeah, I think for next week, definitely. NZDN, KDN, yeah, well, nothing as yet. Euro pound, nothing as yet. Yeah, Euro pound on the M15. I've been tracking the M15. You see what's happening here. It's creating structure. It's starting, or not starting, but it's creating structure. It's creating structure towards the upside. So this is good. This is good. This is good for what I'm looking for. All right. It's good for what I'm looking for. 161.8. 161.8, a break 161.8. So what it's doing right now is good for what I'm looking for. So this is going to be ready next week. I don't think this week. It's going to be ready next week. So just going to stand by on this one. Just going to stand by on this one. I want it to break 161 before I look for buys. Where's GBP USD? Let's have a GBP USD is still nothing. Still nothing. GBP AUD. Yeah, GBP AUD, just leave it out for now. Just leave it out for now. Price action is still developing. It is not clear as yet. You see that, guys, right? It's still developing, not clear as yet. Let's give it maybe an extra day so that we can see what's happening, because right now it's, to me, it's not as clear as yet. So just give this one an extra day. Let's see tomorrow if it's going to give us a clear price action. All right, yeah, so just gonna stand by. And then yeah, gold and silver, they are done. Gold and silver are done. So let's see if we're gonna push up or continue pushing down. And then we have the euro yen, pound yen. All right, so sorry, not pound yen, AUD yen. AUD yen is about to break, right? AUD JPY is about to break. You see that right here. Let me go to the 4 hour, maybe the 1 hour. There we go. So this one is about to break. You see that we spoke about this zone. We spoke about breaking this zone, right? Yeah. Spoke about breaking this zone. So let's see if you're gonna get a retest, right? Let's see if at some point we're gonna get a retest before the continuation. So this one could be another one for this week actually, because it's developing, right? So let's see if you're gonna get a retest here and then a continuation up. It has broken out. It has broken out. Yeah, so AUD JPY is coming nicely. Euro JPY, yeah, still waiting. So nothing on this one. We'll have a look at it maybe tomorrow. But AUD JPY, this is where we are. All right. Cool. So this is where we are, guys. I'm glad GB was this gold went down. right? Non-share, you got a trade there. Silver is done. People who are holding short on silver, look at where it is. If I was holding a short, I would close. I would be out of this one. In fact, my take profit would be where price just bounced from. So I would close this one, and then still keeping an eye on the other ones. CAD JPY is stubborn. Hey, it doesn't want to give us a correction. It's stubborn. This breakout was so aggressive. It's a bit stubborn, this one. It's a bit stubborn. Doesn't want to give us a correction. NZD JPY doesn't want to give us a correction. It's stubborn. Yeah. So heading into the evening, guys, right? Early, late afternoon, evening. What I would say is AUD JPY could be one for maybe later on today, tonight, if not tomorrow. That's AUD JPY. Gold and silver, there's nothing at this moment for us, right? So gold and silver, it has completed its cycle. So I don't think there's going to be anything for this week unless something drastic happens. But I don't think we're going to have anything for this week. So AUD JPY, Euro USD. Let's see. Yeah, could be one for this week still. USD JPY, one for this week still. So this is what I would say. All right. AUD JPY, Euro USD, USD JPY. Yeah. There we go. Yeah, so this is the watch list for this evening, afternoon, evening. Right there. We're looking for that higher low. Right there. And then USD JPY, we already had the market testing this area. So it's just a matter of time before we break and go up. Just a matter of time. And then you've got Euro USD with this. All of them are on the 1 hour time frame. Yeah, all of them are on the 1 hour time frame. Right. So this is the power of analyzing, having a plan. You analyze, you spot something potential, you create a trading plan around it, and then you wait. And then just let the market do what it wants to do, because your job as a trader is not to, well, first of all, we do not control the market. We don't control how the market should move, should be moving. What we do as traders is we learn the behavior of price. We use market structure to learn the behavior of price, and then our guidance comes from market structure. So with market structure has its own principles. All right, so you learn market structure, you learn the principles of price, the principles of market structure, and that's going to be your guidance. And the more you trade, the more you gain experience, the more your reading of the charts, your interpretation of price improves. All right, so that's basically how it is. We don't guess these movements. Myself and Ash, we don't guess what the markets will do. No. We are guided by market structure. And then market structure can be so complex at times, because you look at one time frame, you see price going up, you switch to another time frame, you see price going down of the same asset. That's where it can be a bit of a problem. But if you understand market structure holistically, then you will understand that whichever time frame you are on, the lower time frames are building the higher time frames, right? The higher time frames have more stronger price action. Obviously, the movements are prolonged, but what the lower time frames are doing, they are just forming the higher time frame movement. So that's why I said earlier on, you may see the 15 minutes going down or reversing the trend, the 15 minutes, whereas that move you see on the 15 minutes, it is a correction of the daily price action, daily time frame price action. You see that? So all you need to understand is that whatever you see on the lower time frame, the higher time frames overpower what the lower time frames are doing. And I'm not necessarily talking about the weekly, the monthly. No. We can look at the M1 and the M5. Between the M1 and the M5 is a higher time frame. So what you see on the M1, just know that the M5 is stronger than what you see on the M1. The M5 dominates the M1. So in that case, the M5 is your higher time frame. That's what I mean. Between the M5 and the M15 is your higher time frame. So whatever the M15 does, the M5 and the M1 are going to follow. You see that? So if you see different directions on these time frames, multiple time frames, pick a higher time frame and then follow that direction. And whatever you see on the lower time frame is going to follow the higher time frame direction. You see, now we are guided by these things. And the more you are active, the more your reading becomes better, interpretation becomes better. Think of this as driving a car. If it's the first time you drive a car, obviously you're going to drive how you would drive as a first time driver. But if it's your 500th time driving a car, trust me, you are going to drive differently. Now all of a sudden you've got your seat back, you've got the music pumping, you've got the sunroof open. You see what I'm talking about? USD Swiss. Let's see what USD's. You know, we looked at USD Swiss yesterday and I completely forgot about it today actually. Where is it? Let's see, where is it? Let's see. Okay, so USD Swiss completed the previous cycle right there. Seems like USD Swiss is gonna drop. Seems like it is due for one more drop. It is due for one more drop. If I take this whole, it is due for one more drop. Okay, why do I say so? All right, let me just break it down. I'm not gonna be too deep with this one. So market reversed, not reversed, but market bounced on the previous high. All right, and now we've got the bearish structure here. So what's happening with USD Swiss is that it is trading in between that first high as well as this first low. That's where it is right now. So you've got this first high as well as this first low. It's trading in between this, right? So since we have the second high, the market should be attracted back to the second low. So we already have the second high there, all right? So the reason I'm saying this is due for one more drop is because it's coming back down here according to the formation. According to the formation, you see that? All right. So what I would do here is that, you see, even the structure, look at the structure. It's starting to print lower lows and lower highs. We broke the previous low. We've got the new low. We've got the previous high there. So what's happening right now is we are inside this bigger formation, all right? So the momentum has turned bearish, short term, at least for now, short term. So now what I would do is I would look for a lower high to catch this one more push down, right? This one more push down, back down to this low first, back down to this low first, and then we'll see if it will continue going back down there, but back down to this low first. So I would wait for a lower high to form there. Yeah, so USD Swiss, this is how it's looking. One more push down. All right, there we go. There we go. USD CAD is still dropping. So yesterday there was nothing really yesterday on USD CAD. It's still dropping. All right. This is because the dollar is about to resume its momentum. Right. It's about to resume its momentum. Yeah. So a continuation on USD Swiss. Yeah, continuation on USD Swiss. All right. So that's how it is, guys, right? That's how it is. You analyze, you wait, you have a plan, you follow your plan. When it's time, you execute, and then you wait. We don't have the power to move the markets. What we do is that we follow the markets. What the market is doing, we follow it, right? And then, yeah, so you guys see what has been happening this week. Patience is important. Patience, patience, patience. All right. And also, you must also understand your trading style, right? If you are someone who would like to have trades frequently, then scalping will work for you, right? If you're someone that would like to have trading, entries frequently, opportunities frequently, then scalping would work for you. But if you're someone that still needs a bit of time to plan around the trade, think, and not be under pressure of quick market movements, right, then swing trading could be for you, because swing trading offers you that opportunity. You are not looking at fast moving markets. You are looking at proper markets where you are able to properly think and strategize and catching those swings. I'm a swing trader, so you must also understand the style of trading that you do, that's gonna make sense to you and you alone, that's gonna work for you and you alone. All right. So different trading styles. So ladies and gentlemen, where are we? This is where we are. Euro USD, USD JPY, AUD JPY. So this is now what's on the screen. This is now what we are looking at. All right. So if you did not catch the gold for today, then don't worry. I don't want you guys to be under any pressure. No. The next one is around the corner. So let's see what's going to happen with these ones. And yeah, we'll take it from there, right? You're welcome, Tanya. Let's go for it. All right. So this is how we're looking, guys. And yeah, so we're going to take it. What do you think of BTC? We're anticipating upside on Bitcoin. We anticipate upside on Bitcoin. Let me do this. Let me just share the Bitcoin chart. I'm going to share the Bitcoin chart just now. Yeah, Bitcoin, we're anticipating upside to 65,000. I don't remember the exact price. I will show it just now. $66,000. Let me do this. This is the Bitcoin chart. All right. So we're anticipating Bitcoin to, we've already done analysis earlier on. So we are looking at 67,000 for, you know, the next Bitcoin target, 67,000. So now we're just waiting for a continuation, right? Yeah. So this is what we anticipate Bitcoin is gonna do. All right. So this is where we are right now. Looking at this, at these FIB levels for continuation up to 67,000. There you go. Yeah, that's Bitcoin. All right. So you're welcome, guys. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. So continue. Don't stop. Continue. 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 Do not stop. Continue. And you gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. You're gonna be all right. We are here. Myself and Ash, we are always here. So continue and you're gonna be all right. All right. On that note, let's go back to the platform. Yeah. So let's see what's gonna happen here, guys. All right. And then later on, obviously at 6 p.m. we'll come back. At 6 p.m. we'll come back. All right. But you guys know what we're waiting for here, right? 6 p.m. Let's do it again and let's see what's gonna happen there. All right, guys, have a good one. We're gonna end it here for this afternoon. Have a good one, and we will catch you guys later on. Which level are you looking at? USD CAD. I'm not looking at anything on USD CAD at the moment. All right. Yeah, USD CAD. I'm not looking at anything at the moment. Let's give it to this week, right? Let's give it this week, and then we'll have a look at it next week. But for this week, let's just give it this week to just do what it needs to do. We'll have a look at this next week. All right. Yeah, let's just give it this week. We'll have a look at this next week because I wanted to complete what it's doing right now. All right. So let's see 6 p.m. Let's see what's going to happen. But for now, this is our session. Have a good one. I'll catch you guys again later on. All right. Cheers, 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 everyone.